Hi folks, Saturday, another fantastic day. We're going to go to the seaside a little bit later. I've actually got a chest infection at the moment, so I'm not all that well. Sharon's here with me. We went out the other day and got some more troughs for the remainder of the seedling tomatoes that we had. So these are the two types we've gone for. We've got the oblong or long trough type, and we've also got this big round type there, and again in the bottom of them they've got just these little separator trays where you can hold probably a little bit of water in them as well. We've got to drill a couple of holes in the bottom, but that's not a problem. But we're just going to do some replanting. Now, as you probably know, we've not had much luck at all with our cucumbers. We've grown them from seed, they hadn't done anything, and then we went out and brought another plant, planted that in the grow bag, and nothing really happened with that either. So we just saw these at the garden centre yesterday. We went down there and we paid just £1 for these two cucumber plants, and we're going to plant these now and give these another go. So we haven't actually done well at all with the cucumbers. Everything else is really coming up well, so let's just show you what we've done so far. Now again, as you can see here, these tomato plants all along here have taken absolutely great once they've been transplanted into the bigger pots, and they like a drink, as you can see by the cans there. Now we've only just put them can lids on there, as you know, to stop you bending over and poking your eye out with the sticks that we've that plants them. And as you can see, the problem we've had with the slugs, we've hold on, let's get this fence out of the way. I've got to put this door on properly. I don't know if you can see there, someone advised us to put a little trough of beer down, and we've done that, and that's been catching the slugs lovely. So they've been going there rather than going up eating. And as you can see by these leaves, before we put the slugs out, put the beer out, that's the sort of problem we was facing on the cabbage leaves there. So yeah, working nicely. These new broccoli plants that we've brought, as you can see, they've really taken off nicely now, and they're benefiting from being outdoors by the looks of things. The broad beans or runner beans, whatever these ones in front are fine, and also the ones at the back there, as you can see, the actual garden peas are coming up the tree as well. So yeah, I mean, everything outside is looking really lush at the moment, so we were impressed with that. As you know, we've thinned out the polytunnel. We're at the end of our lettuce. As you can see here, this is really gone now. So we've planted some more seeds, and they're coming up now. Here's the courgette plant, and as you can probably see there, we've got some nice little courgettes that are growing now. This is the pumpkin plant. I mean, we watered this really well, and as you can see, it's dried out already. This is very hot in here, so we've got to keep this well watered, I think, because you know, this is what the makes your pumpkin at the end of the day. I can't see any signs of any pumpkins growing yet, mind you, but we're getting flowers on. I don't know whether they grow from flowers or what, I'm not too sure, but it's really quite humid in here at the moment. And these are the remainders of the tomatoes here, which we've basically got to repot. As you see, they're really getting too big for these little pots now, so that's what we're going to be doing. And this stuff in the corner here, this night scented stock over in the corner there, you can't smell it during the day, but when we come out here the other evening, it smelled absolutely lovely, and that's what it was. It was a night scented stock. So a really nice smelling flower that is there, very nice indeed. A little update on the Triumph Acclaim. I've actually found one of the very few, probably one of the last left in the country, of the rear windscreen windshield rubber that goes around the actual windscreen on the outside. So as it's got to be a proper job, I've actually bought that, and including shipping, it's cost me about 90 quid, £90. So it's a lot of money, but if I've got to do the job properly, and I'll need these hard to find parts, I was very, very lucky to find it. and I can't find the front one yet, but I've got some contacts. Scott Best, who he restores his Triumph. He's restoring the Triumph for test at the moment. He put me in contact with a place where they actually sell all different types of rubber mouldings, and there may be a chance that they can match something up. So they got loads of, I think a couple of thousand in stock. So I will be investigating that a bit further in the Triumph videos. I've got the paint now, so it's cashmere gold. So I'm still in the process of stripping it down, but I've not been too well at the moment, so I've actually had a couple of days off. And as I say, we're going to the Seaside today. I don't feel all that well today, but I'm still out here trying to do a little bit, so I'm just going to carry on plodding along out here for the moment. And Barney's gone down to the dog grooming parlour to have all his hair cut off, so we'll be picking him up shortly, and then we're going to pick up little Evie and we're going to take a trip down the Seaside. So I might show you a little bit of that a little bit later on as well, so look out for that. Until we do all that stuff, I'm just going to do a little bit of repotting and just pass a bit of time in the garden. It's lovely out here, so I'm going to make the most of it. There we go, so we'll just give him a good water in and he'll be fine. Right, well I'm going to try and just put these 2 cucumbers in this trough here. I don't know if it's going to be any good for them, but I'm going to give it a try, and then afterwards I'll go along and plant all them other tomatoes that I've got outstanding. So as I say, we're going to be sowing the new salad again shortly. So these are the seeds for the little salads that we've got. They're just coming up now, as you can probably see there. There we go, a little tray of them. They was only planted, I think, day before yesterday, so they're coming up nicely now. So we'll leave them out in the sun for today. And now we've got these 2 cucumber plants. I think they're mini cucumbers, mini Hannahs or whatever they are. I've never heard of them ones before, but they're not full-size cucumbers, so we'll see how these go anyway. Here we go. Loads of roots on them, look at that, look. Well established there with roots. So I'll just gently ease that apart, maintaining as much of the root as we can. And I'll put both of these in here, I'll just put them at either end. So just a couple of dead leaves on there, which I'm just taking off. That's probably why they was discounted in price, I would imagine. So, and the second one, again, just as well, just go in there like that, put that under the surface, just firm them in slightly, again take off these 2 dead leaves that was on there, or dying leaves rather. There we go. So we'll see how that goes, and again we'll water them in. I'll keep that little tag off of there, I'll take that label off. And that's the sort of cucumbers that they are. They're little mini ones, as I say, but they'll be tasty if we can grow them. So we'll have to wait and see. I'll stick that in the middle. Leave that like that. And I'm going to have my cup of tea now and finish off the other tomatoes. You haven't got to see that. You've seen me plant tomatoes before. And then it might be time to pick Barney up. So stick with us. Alright. Hey? Well, you need that drill then?
I've got it, baby.
Show me. That's not the one, the grey drill. The electric drill, that's the battery drill. Yeah, see?
You got that out ready?
I haven't got anything out ready because I didn't know you was going to do that. I thought we was going to go together.
Well, that's like that 11:30, she finishes at 12.
It's over the back, on the left hand side, on that. Go on, keep walking. Take the wire brush out of the end of it. No, you turn it, you hold one end of it and then turn the other bit of it. Hold one bit of the black bit and then turn the top bit of it. Hold the bottom, that's it, hold it like that.
Yeah.
That's it, that's the way, that's the right way. Simple, isn't it? Alright. I just spotted another 2 tomato plants down there, look.
Right?
I'm talking to myself. Camera. I'll have to do them. And finish off with the strawberries. We keep eating these strawberries as we go along, so we're not getting many on there. They've had a lot on there, obviously. As you can see over there, you can see probably down that one there, there's a couple of strawberries there, look. Well, there we go. These things make life a lot easier for watering, and they've also got different jets on them. You've got a whole range of different jets you have on these. Just by turning it, you've got one of them. You've got more of one of them. A wider sprinkle, which is okay for misting everything down. A directional down jet. A more forward jet. And a single jet. And a little light mist. Very good indeed. That really keeps the air. If it's very humid in here, this puts a lot of moisture in the air, so it's quite good to actually do this, I think, to be honest with you, just to go around it and add a bit of moisture into the air when it gets very, very dry in here. So yeah, nice. Makes it like a tropical rainforest. Well, that's my watering done now. As I say, I've got another 3. In fact, there's more of them tomato plants in there actually. In them little pots, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 plants in them little pots. So I think I'm gonna have to buy some more pots. We're definitely going to be overrun with tomatoes anyway, but that's what it's all about at the end of the day. We don't care. This is our first growing experience, as you know. The polytunnel's looking a bit bare in here now, as I say, because everything's matured and been moved outside. So I'm not too sure. We're growing some more lettuce, as you know, and I might try and pull some of these little carrots up shortly, just to see what they look like. In fact, should we do one now? I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like. Now again, I don't know at all what we've got here. I'm imagining everything's going to be very, very small at the end of the day. I'm not too sure. So let's just have a look. Let's get one here. This is one. Have a little wiggle. And a little pull. Hey, look at that, look. There you go. Our first little carrot. Now that's a nice little thing, isn't it? And that's in this little container here. Now obviously that's growing well at the moment, so I'm well happy with that. That's my first ever root vegetable. Brilliant. Look at the growth on the top of that though. Look, for a little tiny carrot. Obviously I think the restricted area they're growing in is probably playing a part in making them very small, but that's marvellous. That's my first one. Now I'm quite tempted now to do the same with these overgrown beetroots here. I'm not expecting too much from these, but I don't know what we got here. Let's have a little look. Let's try this one here. Look at that, look. That's the little beetroot there, but it looks like a little radish, doesn't it? Well, these ones obviously aren't going to grow very big in size because they're too overgrown in there. The ones outside obviously have been planted at the same time and they're a lot bigger, so yeah, I mean that's due to the restrictive area which they're growing in. But there again, they're my first little root vegetables, and still edible, I presume. Yeah, of course they are. Well, there we go. Does that make me a gardener? I don't know. They're very tiny, I know, but the ones outside should be faring a lot better. Well, it's 11:30 now. We've got to pick Jimmy up in a minute. We've got Barney to pick up. Sharon's just gone down to watch little Evie do her first Bailey lesson, and then we're going to make our way down to the Seaside. I'm not going to be working on the car today, the Triumph Acclaim, so stay tuned for that one. I'm waiting for parts to come with that, as you say. I'm still stripping it down at the moment, and once I've done that, we'll go and do part 2 of the actual Triumph video. Jimmy's just passed the theory test now on his driving test. He's now got to do the practical exam, which is next month, and that's why he wants to get the Mini moving now, so you should start to see more videos on the Mini anyway. So anyway, that's a little video from the garden. Might see you a little bit later on down the Seaside. See you shortly. Just strap you in, Evie, eh? What you got there? What is it? She didn't like Bally Shower, did she?
Well, first time it's strange for her. So she's going next week.
She screamed it down, didn't she, or something?
Yeah.
Didn't you? You screamed?
No.
What is that? Did you scream at Bally?
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, there's the old Triumph Acclaim in front before I pull away.
Yeah.
Oh, there's me. But I don't feel well enough to do that anyway, so I'll be doing that at a later stage. Well, here we are. We just picked Jimmy up from work, and this is our little route into the village of Woodall Spa, where I live, on this lovely summer's day. There's a little is that a little caterum in front? I'm not too sure. But we're just going now to pick Barney up, and we'll have a little look at this new dog grooming centre that Sharon found, and we'll see what sort of a job they've done. We've asked them to cut Barney's hair all off, so let's see what they've done. And this is, as you can probably see there, Canine Cuts Dog Grooming. There he goes. There he is. Oh, he looks lovely, doesn't he?
Yeah, they thought I got it out, but sometimes they turn septic.
Oh, he's never moaned about
What's that, chap?
Grass seeds.
Where was that?
Right in one of his
Oh, was it? Yeah.
toes.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he's a real strong dog. He's a good boy. He wins the prizes a week because he's been good.
He's been good. No, we don't often say that about you, Barney.
Oh, it's that bit. Is it that bit? No? No.
That one.
So you are Canine Cuts, is that right?
Yes.
And how long have you been going here?
Only a few weeks, but I've been clipping for about 25 years.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
We had a boarding kennels before
Yeah.
from Shropshire, and we were there about 25 years. So.
Yeah. What else do you do apart from just like cutting hair like Barney's, for example? You do others like shampooing and stuff like that, or?
That's what you guys done.
Yeah.
I don't know, Sharon. I wasn't here, was I? So.
Yeah. Clipping, stripping.
he's a good
I don't know. If I've got
Stripping?
the right one.
You strip and clip there?
I didn't want to see that.
Bathing, stripping and clipping them.
Oh, you do the nail cutting as well, do you? Or?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
no, you're not taking that off.
And what do people normally do? Just have you got a website at all at the moment, or
No.
you haven't?
Not at the moment.
So-
There will be one on Yale.com in a couple of weeks.
Right. Okay. So I can. That's your sign over there. Obviously, we'll put that on there as well. So anyone who's in Woodall Spa or around Woodall Spa and they've got a dog groom or they need their dog grooming, Canine Cuts is in just outside Woodall Spa. It still comes under Woodall Spa, doesn't it?
Yes, 1 mile along the Tattershall Road.
Yeah, we've done the journey now, just coming here, as you've seen, this is exactly where we are. So it's Canine Cuts, and I'll show you the number at the end of it, and there will be a website to follow very shortly. But you've only just moved into the area, I take it?
3 years.
3 years, okay, but you only have just started up this business here then?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Well, we'll leave you there for now, and don't forget, Barney's thoroughly enjoyed himself. He's had his hair cut right off now. He's ready for the summer. He's ready for the summer.
You take him, then I can sort out payment and booking him in again.
Oh, we are coming back then. There you go, you've got another customer.
Ready for Skeggy.
Ready for Skeggy. See you a bit later.
Pick you up and see.
No, she's frightened. You don't want to.
Oh, say bye-bye then. Oh, he's all upset now.
Skeggy. Still a lovely day, I still feel like rubbish. But we're just going to hang about here for a little bit longer. You probably can't hear me because of the wind, but we'll make our way home in a minute and we'll see you again in the next video.
Oh, look at the donkeys again then.
Bye for now.